Hello and welcome to Football 360 on Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, ThePapare.com. We here at ThePapare.com have been previewing the Euro 2016, the 6 groups. We've already previewed Group A and Group B. Today we'll be previewing Group C, and to talk all about it, I'm joined in the ThePapare.com studios by Ashwin Das. Ashwin?
Yes, Navod, and today we'll be previewing Group C, consisting of Germany, Northern Ireland, Poland and Ukraine. It's going to be an interesting group. 3 teams will really fight it out for the top 2 spots. Germany, Poland and Ukraine will all fancy their chances of going through. And to start the group off, we'll go through Germany.
Yes, Germany ranked 5th in the world. They were first in the qualifying group. They've won 7, drawn 1 and 2 losses. And their best performance were in 1972, 1980 and 1996, where they were the champions. And looking at manager Joachim Löw, I think the world champions have lost quite a few key players, including Ilkay Gundogan, Marco Reus and even Philipp Lahm. Philipp Lahm, of course, retired, but the other 2 are out due to injuries.
Yes, Navod, they have a rather young squad, and several young players who have performed well in the Bundesliga this season have made the squad. And we'll have a look at the goalkeepers to start things off. Manuel Neuer, firm favourite, one of Europe's best goalkeepers, in goal for them. And moving on to the defenders, where here it will be key for them that Jerome Boateng and Mats Hummels perform well throughout the tournament. They have not looked invincible, this German team, in qualifying, so they want to sort out their defensive issues and sort things out at the back.
Absolutely, and going into the midfield, power-packed midfield, a lot of big names, including Sami Khedira, Toni Kroos, Julian Draxler, Joshua Kimmich. So a lot of youth included in this midfield.
Yes, Toni Kroos did have the best passing statistics in qualifying. A lot of completed passes. He's a very tidy player on the ball. Enjoyed a great season at Real Madrid. And up front, though, they have the man in form in the Bundesliga, Thomas Müller, who scored 9 goals for them in qualifying, to go alongside 2 assists. So he'll be the man they look to up front. Lukas Podolski, rather surprise inclusion in the squad, but his experience has seen him make this final 23 squad, as Joachim Löw looks to add some experience to the forward line.
Absolutely. Now, looking at their midfield, we've said that is a power-packed, a very young and experienced midfield, mixture of both. But looking at the defense, they've been susceptible.
Yes, especially in the wide areas. I think they missed the leadership of Lahm, who was a more defensive player in the German setup. And that will be one of the issues that Joachim Löw will be keen on addressing before the tournament. And we'll see how it goes for Germany, who will definitely fancy their chances of adding to their World Championship in 2014.
We'll talk about Northern Ireland, who are ranked 26th in the world. They qualified first in the group with 6 wins, 3 draws and 1 loss, and this is their first time participating in Euro.
Yes, a surprise for many nations that Northern Ireland managed to pull this off as a very good performance. Even in the group stage, Michael O'Neill has made his team very difficult to break down, and they do feature a few names who have played in English football, so they have some experience in the top flight. And they'll be counting on their players to put in good performances if they are to impress at these Euros.
Absolutely. We'll look at the goalkeepers. It's Roy Carroll, a very well-experienced player. Then come the defenders, including Paddy McNair, who had quite a brilliant season for Manchester United early on. So a lot of experience in there as well, with Craig Cathcart, Johnny Evans, a former Manchester United player, and Lee Hodgson, Luke McLaughlin, Aaron Hughes, and Gareth McCauley from West Bromwich Albion.
Yes, and in midfield, Stephen Davis of Southampton, a very underrated player, and he will be key for them in midfield alongside Jamie Ward and also Shane Ferguson, who has a lot of experience in the lower leagues, and they'll be counting on them to hold up the midfield for the Northern Irish team.
And yes, looking at their forwards, is their main forward Kyle Lafferty, who scored 7 goals and assisted 1. So he'll be their mainstay, and they'll be hoping that he'll score and continue his goal scoring streak in the championship.
Yes, Navod, but overall, I think Northern Ireland will find it difficult in this group, especially now that they have lost Chris Brunt to injury, a very important player for them, plays at West Bromwich Albion, and they may struggle without him, his experience in this group, which features teams that are oozing with quality.
The next team in line is Poland, who are ranked 27th in the world. They finished second behind Germany in their qualifying group with 6 wins, 3 draws and 1 loss. And one of those wins were against the mighty Germans, and their best ever performance was just the group stages.
Yes, I think they really fancy their chances of improving on that best ever performance. This time, given that they boast of Europe's best goal scorer, I believe, Robert Lewandowski, who scored 13 goals to go with 4 assists in qualifying, and he'll be really the key man for them in their squad as in goal for Poland. They have plenty of talent as well. Players in the Premier League, Wojciech Szczesny, who's on loan at Roma, I beg your pardon. Lukas Fabianski and Artur Boruc, all who ply their trade in the Premier League.
And looking at the defenders, they have quite a few names. Lukas Piszczek, and so he'll be their mainstay, and going forward they'll be looking forward to him. And then the midfielders, we have the former Borussia Dortmund player Jakub Blaszczykowski. So what do you have to say about them, Ashwin?
Yes, other than the fact that many of their names will twist the tongues of many of the commentators, they do have a lot of experience in there. Grigor Krychowiak, who plays at Sevilla, a very experienced player, and they'll count on him to really hold that defensive midfield role for them, while there are more attacking players in the forwards. That's Grosicki, Milik and Lewandowski really try to wreak havoc up front.
Absolutely, and their forwards include once again, yes, the Bayern Munich player Robert Lewandowski. So what's your overall thought on Poland?
Yes, I think they have a real threat with pace and potency up front.
And including they scored 33 goals, and they are the best attacking side in qualifying.
Yes, and I think that they will really challenge Germany in this group for the first place, and it will be that game, I feel, that will decide who will go on as in first place from this group.
And now we'll look at Ukraine, who are ranked 22nd in the world. They finished third in their group with 6 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses, and they beat Slovenia in the playoffs to make it to Euro 2006, and their best performance is this is their second time in performing in Euro 2016.
Yes, they play 4-2-3-1, but their main threats do come from the wings with Konoplyanka and Yarmolenko, 2 players featured heavily in the UEFA Europa League this season, who will really threaten from wider positions. We'll have a look at the squad. In goal for them, it'll be Andriy Pyatov, familiar name for those who watch the Champions League, Shakhtar Donetsk's long-standing goalkeeper. And their squad also consists, if you look at the defenders as well, a lot of players from Donetsk, Alexander Kusha, Shevchuk, who are some of the more experienced names in defense for them. And in midfield, Ruslan Rotan, who has a lot of experience, and as well as Stepanenko and Timoshyuk, who also has represented Bayern Munich. Up front, though, it will be Roman Zuzulia who will lead the line. He was suspended for 6 months after attacking a referee, which is one thing that he'd want to put behind him in these Euros.
Absolutely. And who do you think, Ashwin, would be key for Ukraine in this championship?
Yes, as I said, Yarmolenko and Konoplyanka, definitely. Yarmolenko had 6 goals and 2 assists in qualifying, and Konoplyanka 2 goals and 1 assist. And they will really fancy their chances of picking up a win against Northern Ireland and trying to qualify as a third-place team from this group now.
Absolutely. Now we'll look at the group fixtures. It starts off with Poland against Northern Ireland on the 12th of June. And the main fixture would be Germany versus Poland on the 16th of June at Stade de France. That would most probably will prove to be the group decider who will finish out on top.
Yes, Navod, that will be a really interesting game to watch, and it'll be a attacking game most definitely, with both teams having the capacity to beat the other. So an interesting group where we may see three teams progress, and let's see how it goes now.
Absolutely, that's it from Group C in this Euro 2016 from me, now Vijay Krama and Ashwin Das, signing off for ThePapare.com, sharing the passion.